Have you ever pondered the meaning of the blue sky law? This popular term in the financial world isn't about azure skies, but rather a law put in place to shield investors from fraudulent practices. Its roots reach back to the early 20th century, a time when legislation was desperately needed to protect the public from risky and deceitful investments. With its inception, the financial landscape was forever altered. And so, the Blue Sky Law came into being, setting a new direction for investor protection. The Blue Sky Law did not remain static. It evolved over time. Its journey through history is marked by significant changes, each aimed at strengthening investor protection. In the early 20th century, the law stood alone in its fight against fraudulent securities. However, by the 1930s, it was clear that a more robust framework was needed. This led to the creation of the Securities Act in 1933 and the Securities Exchange Act in 1934. These two landmark acts introduced federal oversight into the securities market, a move that was both revolutionary and necessary. The Securities Act focused on greater transparency in financial statements so that investors could make informed decisions, while the Securities Exchange Act created the Securities and Exchange Commission, a federal agency tasked with enforcing these laws. Together, these federal laws supplemented the Blue Sky Law, filling gaps and fortifying its strength. The federal government's involvement marked a significant evolution in the Blue Sky Law, further fortifying its purpose. Fast forward to the present day, and the Blue Sky Law continues to play a critical role. Now, each state in the United States has its own securities regulator, implementing the Blue Sky Law at a local level. These state-level watchdogs, though autonomous, don't operate in isolation. They work in harmony with federal agencies such as the Securities and Exchange Commission to enforce the law and ensure that the investment environment remains transparent and fair. But it's not all smooth sailing. There's an ongoing debate about whether the Blue Sky Law, in its current form, still holds relevance. Critics argue that it may be outdated, given the evolution of financial markets and the advent of digital investment platforms. Others staunchly defend its importance, citing its pivotal role in preventing fraudulent activities and maintaining investor confidence. Despite the debates, one thing remains clear. The Blue Sky Law, born out of a desire to protect investors, continues to serve its purpose, keeping the financial skies as clear as possible for all.